Mr. The stats and facts. No, really, and you know him, though, gon' tell you the truth. B.I. Mr. Info, you know what we here for. The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, we come from Dog States to the team at the Barclays. The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, from Wilkes scoring 100 to Ja being warming. The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, let's go.
Episode 112, man. Back in the building, man. Sorry about last week. Had a prior engagement, 20-year wedding renewal, so yes, all of that good stuff, man. But
congratulations.
Appreciate it. Back in the building, man. Good times. Till the mosquitoes came out, then we had to hit it, but it's all good, man. But anyway, I'm your co-host, Omar, aka O'Milly, aka that dude, aka Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. Man, check us out, man. If you're on YouTube, check us out on the Chendo, Ceehendo. Also, Old Head Sports Entertainment Podcast, man. Don't be dusty, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. So, hey, if it's y'all first time checking us out, we're a sports entertainment podcast, and I'm gonna let these brothers introduce themselves. We're gonna go ahead and get right into it. You need
boy B out from the basement.
Yes sir.
Oh man, it's your man Henny G, aka French Loaf, aka Mr. Honey Pack, aka as Miss Functions would say, the man that be smoking that stuff.
Oh wow. Sound like wow. Where do you go from there? All right. So, if
she ain't lying either. She ain't lying.
Hey, if this is your first time checking us out, how we start every episode is Hendo Hot Takes. Hendo, what's the hot take for this week?
Man, Jordan Love, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. He was looking so promising, so good. I mean, I thought he was having a really good debut, and then the roll of that ankle/knee. I don't know what happened, man.
Here we go.
Between that and shit, man, once again, sitting here watching the Baltimore Ravens shit the bed because they abandon the run game every fucking time they get in trouble. Whenever they have to come from behind, their run game goes away. And Lamar Jackson has to do everything he has to do once the fuck again in order for them guys to even be close in the game. Which is crazy to me because you literally went and picked up Derrick Henry just to not do shit with him. Meanwhile, the Eagles go get Saquon Barkley, and this motherfucker just showed his whole ass. His motherfucker got 3 touchdowns, 100 and some yards, had the best day you could have of an opening day on the team. The difference. It's just the difference, man. Y'all got to start using y'all assets, man. You guys sitting here just relying on, I mean, this is why Lamar Jackson gets paid the big bucks, but man, it's a lot of pressure on him. And it almost really looked like a playoff game. It really looked like a playoff game. Just how they would act. And it's just wild to me. You know, the Chiefs getting all types of crazy non-calls. Meanwhile, the Ravens getting all the calls for lining up wrong. Then they don't use Derrick Henry. What was the point of fucking getting him? For that reason, you could have used your draft pick and picked up somebody if you was going to use the motherfucker that less. You know, what's the point? Shit, you paying this man millions of dollars and shit for him to watch y'all play. Like, this is crazy, man. Run that fucking ball, man. Do what y'all supposed to do. Take some of that pressure off Lamar Jackson, man. That's my hot take.
Yes, sir. Anything to say about that?
Yeah, man, that's valid. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I hope Jordan Love is straight. You know what I'm saying? But and also, if I had anything to add to it, I'd say these games are very important. I was just talking about the Packers against the Eagles being in the same division. You know, what if both of these teams are not winning their division? Say the Cowboys are winning the Eagles division and the Eagles in second place, the Packers in second place behind Detroit. Then these guys are fighting for record as far as who got the most wins and tiebreakers.
Yep.
So week 1, sound like it may not be that important. It really is, because if it comes down to the end of the season, it's a tiebreaker between the Eagles and the Packers. You know what I'm saying? They tied up record-wise to get in the playoff. But the Eagles won the damn tiebreaker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the same for Baltimore and the Chiefs, man. Like, these game ones are actually very important.
Yeah, they are, man. Very important. I need to bring that up for you. Moving right along, man. I totally agree with what both of y'all brothers are saying. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about that out there too. We got one thing going along. I think in almost not a month, like 2 months or so, we're gonna be electing a new president. Kamala Harris actually just recently elected. She's moving ahead right now in the polls. How do y'all feel about that? And she, I'm sorry out there, y'all. My notes are I'm working, trying to bring my notes up, trying to erase data and this and that, but we're gonna get through it. But Kamala Harris is taking a commanding lead in the polls. Will Trump insults work this time around, or should he use a different approach? And has his age finally starting to show at the age of 78?
Yeah, he old as hell. You see now, this motherfucker's over here talking about getting black haircuts now. But same point in time, hey, look, man, I don't know how you change the nature of the beast mid-fight. How you go from being, you know what I'm saying, the hunter to the hunted right in the middle of the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you lose if that happens, you know what I'm saying? So
it's in the middle of the shit.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So shit, go ahead and be a child and be an idiot. You know what I'm saying? That's the behavior that won on this shit. I mean, I don't know, him classing up the joint is going, you know what I'm saying, keep his same fans. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you want to call them people right now. To me, that's all the shit really is. To me, some type of show. But yeah, if you want to keep the same fans, if you're trying to gain some new ones by trying to class up the joint, you know, man, come on, ain't nobody gonna believe you. At this point in time, you got people that like him and people that don't. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that can change that out of politics. If you get up here and say you're gonna do something, change this in some way, and we can hold you to it, okay, he ain't doing all that. All this politics are crazy as hell. This motherfucker want to do all types of crazy shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Eat dead in the water. Go ahead, man. Your feet, man, hold your shit to the fire, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, nail your ass to the floor. You here now. This is who you are. We wouldn't believe you if you tried to change. You know what I'm saying? We at where we at.
Hey, we at where we at. How you feel about it, Hendo?
I think a majority of people's minds are already made. I think you pretty much at this point, where we're already at, you already probably have a good 90%, decision of who you're already going for anyway. The only thing that's going to change is a couple swing states and a couple swing votes, which might come down to a couple policies or a few mishaps on a few of these campaign runs or something like that. And that's the real of it. That's the only thing going to change. A lot of majority already know who they already going to vote for. So it ain't really going to be too much. You just got to win certain little areas, you know what I'm saying, certain little swing states like New Hampshire or something, might catch something like that or something. But that's going to be the only difference. So if she can do a good job of kind of convincing the guys and the public of what she, intends to get done, I think that's going to be the big part. But you already know, like, Texas is already going to go for Trump. There's no way she's going to win Texas, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? There's certain states that you already know are going to be guaranteed for it, So now I think the decisions are already made in most people's minds. I think she has a nice little run for it if she keeps going by, because I don't think Trump was ready for all this. I think they had geared up, ready to try to pick apart Biden's whole campaign and just Biden and stuff, and then here come feisty Smith Harris and stuff, and she's a different cup of tea. You might not be ready for this fight. So there's a difference to it. There's a lot of things, but then a lot of people aren't really right behind all that bark too. They want to see a little bite. So you gotta see how aggressive she can get. But hopefully, we'll see what happens, man. It's interesting.
Yeah, we will see what happens. Who the hell? What's that? My fault, y'all. I don't mess with this Apple stuff. FaceTime. Moving right along. Athlete of the week. I went with Caitlin Clark. She been balling. Yeah, she been balling. I gotta give her a props. Only the fourth rookie in WNBA history to have multiple triple doubles. Angel Reese balled out last night too. She had 24 and 12 on 60% shooting. So, man, both of those girls are playing great ball, man. I think it's crazy how some people like to denigrate Angel Reese for whatever reason, like she's a villain or something. Like it's hooping. Like you don't see her acting nothing like that. off the court. I can understand it seems like she got a stank attitude off the court. She from Baltimore. On the court, it's kill to be killed.
Well,
And Kayla Clark is the same way.
well, it comes with it though.
It comes with
You know what I'm saying? You know, if you acting like Draymond Green out here, people gonna dislike you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just part of being the villain.
Somebody knows.
No. Yeah, man, they come to that villain shit, man. You know, motherfuckers like they good guys and they villains.
You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to have a good guy without a villain. How you know what's hot if you don't know what's cold?
Right. My fault, guys. Y'all bear with us, please.
We need some elevator music.
He said we need some elevator music.
We will return shortly. I want to take this time to tell y'all to go check out my R&B page. On YouTube and Spotify. I'm singing all them country tunes. You know what I'm saying?
Send it to Troy.
Top 10, man. I'm top 10 right now.
This might be her.
I'm top 10 on the Black and Mild charts.
You just snap.
That nigga say on the Black and
Black and Mild, top 10.
That's funny.
They do a list every Wednesday night. It's like 5:35 and shit. It's a weird time, but they do it. I'm on. Just check me out. My name is Mr. Country Tune.
Man, Janky. What's up? I'll figure it out. Yeah. Moving right along, man. Israel Azaya, this for you, Hendo, lost 3 of his last 4 fights. Is it time for him to retire? He lost to Alex Pereira and then beat him, but then he lost to Sean Strickland and I believe it was Duplessis.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those are for the title.
Mm-hmm.
At 35, is it time for him to hang it up?
It's knocking at the door. This man's had a great fucking career. I mean, it's just starting to look like it, but knowing this guy, he's definitely not going to end on no loss. He's going to be one of those guys that wants to probably lose one more time. He's going to give it a run, see how far he can go. And then if he loses one more time, he'll probably leave. He's one of those guys. He has a heart of a lion, man. It's a champion, man. He's not going to just give up. He's never gave up. That's his problem. It's going to be hard for a guy like this to hang the gloves up.
Don't you think that any fight he take wouldn't be just a walk in the park? It's probably going to be something that's maybe a difficult fight, which may end up with a loss anyway.
But at this time, you done took that loss, so now you got to take whatever Dana White sends your way. So if there's any upcoming new guy coming up and shit, they're going to have to shoot their chance at you because you're going to have to get in. Because like right now, you taking those losses, I think that probably bumped him down to like 3 or 4. So now you got to fight, 5s and 6s in real quick. And that's why I mean he might go on a run. He's going to get a couple of lesser fights and build his little confidence up. And he's going to get a title look or a belt look. And then he's going to have his chance. If he loses that might be it for him. He's a good fighter. It's just, man, sometimes you just get to that end of that rope, man, where it's just tough to win. And UFCs, it's hard. Your body, your body goes through so much and shit. He's went up weight classes and stuff like that, He's dominated shit, bumped up to a different weight class. I mean, we watched Roy Jones dominate, the middleweights. Then we watched him dominate like light heavy. Then he went to heavy and got dominated. I think he went 1 in 5 in heavyweight or something like that. Maybe a win or something like that. Maybe a win. That's what I'm saying. It's just you got to know when it's time to like pull it back and be like, damn, I've given it. Now if Roy would have went back to the middleweights and did all that, he probably would have caught a couple more. But he was like, nah, you know what? I'm good. Just waiting and got on, man. I think I'm good, man. And that's Asai is still young at heart and mind. He's just a competitor, But shit, it's probably time to get back and start coaching and find the next Iggy to come up. Coming out of high school, it was like you. That's shit. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna be done though. I was thinking that he might need to hang it up and call it quits, but I just know he's a true competitor and shit. But he's going through a lot of weird shit right now, and I don't know if it's some mental things right now that he got to clear his mind. I think maybe this might be one of them times also that you take a little bit away from the ring, like take a year or 2 off, and then come back and make your best run. Like you see a lot of older guys do. You know what I'm saying?
He's already 35.
Yeah, I know, but he's such a good fighter. He could fight until he's about 40 is what I mean.
Okay.
So if you take a year or two off and get like mentally and physically prepared for it, instead of taking a lot of up and coming fights here and here and here and just clear it of it, because I just feel like sometimes he's just looking flustered as these last couple of fights, like he's rushing into things. He's usually more of a patient fighter, and he's just kind of looking a little rushed and like he's in rocked and all this type of shit. So taking some time away from the game a little bit real quick while you're at this level, it's not always a bad thing, you know.
How you feel about the Bills?
Shit, man. Honestly, I was waiting to see what this dude had to say about this question. To be very honest, hey man, fighters fight, man, and I understand that, man. But you know, if you need to step away, man, like I'm always in favor of fighters stepping away too early rather than too late. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can get rusty at other games. You know what I'm saying? You want to play some basketball, and now you don't look as great out there. Your average went from 28 to motherfucking 13. But like as a fighter, I respect that shit way too much to like mess around with it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't at the top of your game, you know, you can lose being the best version of you.
You lost Mike.
If you ain't the best version of you,
I thought Mike was at his prime when he lost. He just wasn't mentally in prime.
yeah, man. I'm always in favor of motherfuckers getting out too early than too late. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple dollars in your pocket, you don't really need that shit.
Oh, he's set.
Yeah,
His
man.
money wise, he always where he need to be. But it's hard to tell true competitors of the game win the league. We watched it with Brett Favre. We're watching it with Aaron Rodgers. We watched it with Tom Brady. We watched it with Mike Jordan. We watched it with Mike Tyson. We watched it with Roy Jones. This motherfucker is like clearing his 40s, still taking fights, and he's in great shape. Roy, I still think Roy can still compete at a high level. He's like what, 46?
No, yeah, well, he's far over.
Roy looks. I watched his training. I know it's his training, but like as far as like his regimen and how like he goes his movement and comes down. I mean, I watched parts of highlight. I didn't watch the whole John Gotti fight, but dog still looks nice though, bro. He's still fighting cats with fluid motion. He not. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying with Iggy. He can still fight. He could be like a Anderson Silva. He can fight late in his age and still have it. You know, even though Anderson Silva's last couple of fights. Yeah, that was close.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva's last couple of fights, you know, after he didn't really look the best, he broke his leg and he let Jake Paul knock him out, but you know, all types of weird shit. But it's hard to tell competitors not to leave.
Shit, right? You know what I'm saying? I see motherfuckers hang on, so shit. Man,
Even Tiger's still trying to hang around and do something.
Yeah, sure will. I think he'll hit the scene until pretty soon, if he hasn't already. Somebody who definitely hang on, definitely to a job, and I think I wouldn't want to fight him. Mike Tomlin, of the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. Do you guys think his record of never having to lose a season is finally in jeopardy this year, with having Russell Wilson and Justin Fields as the top two quarterbacks?
It shouldn't. Both of them should be able to.
Let me also interject. They have the second hardest schedule in the NFL.
They should be able to get that done. He somehow won with that quarterback last year, and I don't know, man. If he can squeak that out,
Pickens not bad though.
Pickens is phenomenal.
Well, they don't refer to him as being phenomenal. They refer to him as being talk about him like
you look at what they had to go for a finished product, and the whole as a unit didn't really look the best. But you know, he got to work with that. And of course, they're gonna blame the quarterback. I mean, who else you gonna blame? Soon as shit get looking bad on offense, you don't blame the coach. You blame the quarterback, then the coach.
Well, for this question's sake, are we saying they both play an even amount of games, or one of them play more than the other? Because I may have more confidence in Russell Wilson.
Well, I'm gonna put it like this.
Yeah.
At this given point right now, dog is in severe turmoil of losing this motherfucking record. This motherfucker's bad because already before the year even started, this nigga Russ is already injured. This nigga's already out with groin or hamstring injuries already. He's due to sit out for about 2 to 3 weeks, possibly.
He got hurt twice.
He not even starting. So Justin Fields is starting for them right now. As this, Justin Fields had like 5 turnovers or 5 fumbles in fucking preseason. You damn right they're gonna be in trouble. If this motherfucker keep the fumbling and shit, and he can't catch this motherfucking snap like it is, and half of them were under center. Fumbling under center is a huge thing. So not only is you fumbling under center, but now you run with it because you're not throwing the ball, and then you fumbling again. Hell yeah, you're gonna be in trouble. That defense gonna be mad as fuck. They're gonna be playing 80% of the fucking game. You know why? Because I had them as a quarterback, and I know what the fuck it looked like. Defense is playing 80% of the fucking game. This motherfucker can't sustain the drive. He having 3 and outs. Then this motherfucker be fumbling at the motherfucking 30-yard, giving their ass good things so they score again. And then we get the ball back, can't do shit with it. That's exactly what they finna look like. I hate to be like that, but it's exactly what the fuck it's finna look like. Then Russ gonna come back. They gonna be begging to get Russ, come back, and he gonna do the same fucking shit. He gonna look equally as shitty. So hell yeah, man, that shit, hell yeah, dog. Record-wise, that shit gone, bro. He had a good run. He had a good run. It was a phenomenal run. But yeah, that shit coming to a close, my guy.
Tell us how you put it.
Yeah, that shit coming to a close, my guy.
I think Russ is good for at least 5 games. I think Russ will give you five wins.
Did you see him in Denver?
Yeah, it wasn't great at all.
Did you see why the Seahawks let him go?
Yeah, that was.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. He's showing you exactly what he can and can't do.
Better than they actually came across the one Denver.
Them niggas was fighting for the worst record in the motherfucking NFL. They went out as the third or second worst team in the NFL.
I forget how many wins they got.
Week 1, they at the Broncos, at the Colts, at the Raiders. So their first 3 games are on the road. Then their first home game is Giants. Then Ravens.
Who's this again?
These are Steelers.
Steelers, right?
Then the Ravens come to the Steelers. Steelers go to the Bengals. Steelers go to the Eagles. Chiefs coming home to the Steelers. Then
they losing all them games.
Let me take that back.
Where are they going to generate any offense from? The offense is going to be stagnant unless they have some. Okay, put it like this. I don't think the offense, like how we always usually talk about, the offenses are usually geared towards a quarterback and their schemes and what the coordinator sets up schemes. A lot of these schemes were made for Russell Wilson. That's exactly what they wanted him. He was supposed to be the designated starter. Now you have to change all those schemes and have a brand new scheme because Justin Fields is back there. And you know he cannot make the certain throws that Russ can make. This is a fact. So now you have to interject all types of run schemes and maneuvering and try to get people in motion and try to see if they're in man and zone and shit like this.
Better to do that than a disciplined, coaching staff like the Steelers have.
True, it can help, but it's not all the way. They're still in progress. This is not going to get better like throughout their season unless Justin Fields starts until like week 6. But as soon as Russ gets healthy, he's out of there. There's no certainty, is what I'm saying.
They haven't had awesome quarterback play since Ben left, and actually his last couple of years there, he was trash too. This motherfucker time to keep winning. There's no way in the world I'm betting against this motherfucker at this point in time.
I said that wrong too. They have the Falcons tomorrow, then the Broncos, Chargers, Colts.
They're not winning them games.
Cowboys, Raiders, Jets.
Okay, so they get
Giants,
maybe the Raiders, maybe the Jets,
Commanders, Ravens.
Not winning Ravens.
Steelers go to the Browns.
They're not beating the Browns.
That's a Thanksgiving game.
They're not winning
right
that.
before Thanksgiving.
Counted at least 5
and then you got the Steelers go to the Bengals.
They're not winning that.
Browns come home to the Steelers.
They're not winning that.
Steelers to the Eagles.
They're not winning that.
Steelers to the Ravens.
They're not winning that again.
Chiefs to the Steelers.
They hurt. The season's over.
Final game of the season is the Bengals play the Steelers.
It's cooked, nigga. They cooked, man. I'm telling you. I at least counted 8 losses in there already.
Falcons.
Well, there's 17 games. So
I know, but 8.
So that's still 9 and 8.
It is. But some of them games are going to be weary off back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
the Falcons.
I don't think they beat the Falcons.
Broncos.
They might beat the Broncos. That's gonna be an upper one because we don't see how their quarterback comes out. If he comes out firing, we don't know. I just haven't seen their quarterback.
First of all, they might beat the Falcons. Let us not just
No. They're not beating the Falcons. They're not beating them. They're not beating them.
They go to the Falcons.
They're not beating
them. That's the Falcons' home opener.
They're not beating them. They're not beating them.
I'm just saying. I'm just.
Kirk Cousins, Beijing Riley, they just picked up on defense.
That's what I'm thinking. Where is all this love for Kirk Cousins coming from?
No, he's just a better. He's a better thrower of the ball.
Yeah.
Their offense is going to be on the
Yeah.
field longer. The Steelers' offense is going to be real
What
brief.
time they play again? What time they play
I don't know
again
what
tomorrow?
time.
Noon. Okay.
Lose 30.
Okay, Atlanta got a
They
shot.
finna lose.
It better not than Sunday night football. I know that was no Kirk Cousins.
No,
it better
no,
not
don't
be
do
no
that.
damn. Whenever
Monday
lights
night or
on,
Sunday night.
you ain't gonna just tell
Sunlight
me.
going to be out there. He play the
Because
best.
even at noon and 3 o'clock, he gonna find a way to throw at least one interception in the fourth quarter.
But and I always said this about Kirk Cousins. He's a 2-for-1 guy. He's going to throw you he's going to throw you 2 touchdowns to 1 interception. That's a guarantee.
Yeah.
That's a guarantee. But
Yeah,
he's going
he
to
is
get you them
kinda like
touchdowns.
that.
Where
But he might get you them interceptions. I've
He
seen this nigga throw. He just get happy with it. Now he threw a couple picks in the game. I done seen him do
when
that a lot.
healthy, last year before he got hurt, he had one of the top 3 QB percentages. The year before that, Justin Jefferson was leading the league in receptions, I think yards, but not touchdowns.
Yeah.
He can get you that ball. Addison was like number 4 in yards that year.
So
Like,
you
had
think
a
it's
breakout.
impossible for the Steelers to be the Falcons tomorrow?
Yes.
Is what you got to say.
Yes, because
Impossible.
they have no offense.
Okay.
They have no offense. They have no offense.
I just don't. Impossible means
Impossible.
But
If I got 2 impossibles in my mind, I'm finna go bet some money somewhere on the Steelers.
It's impossible.
The whole room can't say that.
It's impossible. The
Nah.
defense for the Steelers
Nah, it's
is
definitely
going,
possible.
but
They're an
the
NFL team.
offense is not going to put them in a good position to win. Is what I'll stand on that. Their offense is going to be probably under 200 yards rushing and everything combined. It's going to be under. Meanwhile, Kurt's going to have maybe 200 plus passing before halftime.
When I put Kirk Cousins on top of Atlanta Falcons, to me though, that all of that sound like to me is
But you gotta look
motherfuckers
at
that
weapons.
find a way to lose. When I think about Mike Tomlin, that motherfucker just keep finding a way to win. I don't even know who all be on the team no more. This motherfucker just be finding a way to win. I'm not going against that. When I think of when the game actually have to happen, man, forget all these names, man. The names actually was deterring me. The Falcons and Kirk Cousins.
Honestly, and we're going to talk about that later. I actually think we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. We're going to be doing, I don't know if we talked about it at the beginning of the show, we're going to be doing our NFL preview for week 1. We're going to talk about the games that already happened, as well as upcoming games for tomorrow. I know we're all looking forward to. But to me, Kirk Cousins I really like Kirk. He seems like a great guy. To me, I don't even necessarily look at him as a quarterback. I just look at Kirk Cousins. He's a football player, you know. And that's kind of actually segueing into a conversation Gilbert Arenas and Steven Jackson kind of got into it about, which is weird. I don't think either one of them said each other's name, which is weird. But anyway, it's a whole debate about whether or not it's a difference between someone that's a scorer and a hooper. And I guess Steven Jackson was alluding to saying that Gilbert Arenas, he was a scorer. He really didn't do much of nothing else. He was a scorer. He got buckets. Whereas you don't really respect guys like that. Whereas someone like him, he was a hooper. Not only could he get buckets, but he could play defense. He could do this. He could do that. He respect hoopers. Those guys are the ones that's really respected. Scorers are scorers and hoopers is hoopers. Is there a difference between a scorer and a hooper?
Absolutely.
Y'all let us know how y'all feel about that out there too.
That's an
Don't
absolute
be dusty.
fact.
Like and subscribe.
Ain't no way in the world that shit is the same. Because I'm one of the very few motherfuckers that understand where Steve Jackson is coming from. That whole, what people got upset about at first was that he was comparing himself to Ray Allen. And then people said, well, Ray Allen when he was young, you know, and I remember Ray Allen young. I remember when he was dribbling
nice.
all over the floor, dunking and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I do remember that. And Steve Jackson was not as athletic to me as Ray Allen was at 6'5". But at the same time, though, Ray Allen could play defense too, but it's a difference. Ray Allen was not the defender that Steven Jackson was on any championship team. When he got older, of course not. But as a youngster, he just was not the defender that Steven Jackson was on that Indiana team or that Spur team. And Wacko Jacko was a bucket. He was a bucket. He hitting threes and shit and can slash, but this motherfucker can put you in the post. Like he can beat the team concept and score on you, and he can beat you one-on-one. He's not going to get the credit, and I get that. But Steve, there is a difference in what he said is, I'd rather have that guy on my team. The guy I can give this guy the ball and just say, yeah, go give me all them buckets, and come down this other end, yeah, guard the best player and lock him up. I seen him not locking up, but he was guarding Kobe and T-Mac in them back in the day, and he was the one winning a lot of them games when he was with the Spurs. Really, Indiana too, but he was winning a lot of these games and matchups. He was doing a really good job. I seen him fucking motherfuckers up when he was on the Spurs, man, like to the tune of a championship. You know what I'm saying? Like he did that shit killing on a team that actually needed a little bit more punch at that time, and he helped them do that on offense and defense. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna get a lot of credit, but yeah, it's a difference. And he one of them dudes. He the perfect example of him being better than your favorite guy. A lot of these guys go unnoticed. You go to the next generation, they not gonna mention him. They gonna play him like a poop butt. Man, no, he better than your guy. You better than a lot of your guys you think you like or whatever. They ain't trying to guard him, and he can guard them. That's the name of the game. He can guard you and take away at least some of what you do, maybe a lot, and you can't take away nothing this dude can do. This dude is like 6'7" at least. You know what I'm saying? He can do everything.
Yeah.
Nah, he fucking you up. And he got a killer mentality too. So nah, he fucking you up.
So is Steven Jackson a better player than Ray Allen?
Yep. Yep. Not in the NBA. The NBA stats ain't gonna reflect that. But if I'm playing ball anyway, gonna have both of them in their prime, I'm taking Steven Jackson over motherfucking Ray Allen.
Ooh.
He gonna play more defense. He taller. This motherfucker's gonna fuck y'all up. He gonna fuck y'all up on offense. He gonna do everything to y'all. I'm going wacko Jacko.
I don't know, man, because Seattle Supersonic Ray was playing D.
Bro, I've been following Ray since
Supersonic Ray was playing D.
I remember watching.
That was a different.
I remember watching him and AI going at it in the Big East. I remember him going up for almost for the pass and like fuck it, and then took the shot, the foot down that close from hitting the bro. I don't know, bro.
I don't want to say this. I know how sacrilegious this sounds. I know.
That's
what I'm
saying. Supersonic Ray Allen was something different, bro.
And I won't even compare the NBA stats. Ray Allen is obviously he got more championships. I'm obviously going Ray Allen NBA career. If I had to play any one game against anybody, and I had to pick between one of them two to be on my team, I'm taking Wacko Jacko.
I will say this: top 10 most underrated players of all time. Steven Jackson is probably top 6 or 5.
Over Spreewell?
Yeah, he better than Spree.
No. You got to think about Maverick Spree though. You got to think about Maverick Spreewell. Everybody remember him with the Knicks and all that.
You talking about Golden State?
Yeah, you got to talk about Golden State.
You talking about Golden State?
Oh, he was with Dallas early.
No, he's with Golden State. Yeah, that was flying off that 1 foot with them elbows like
this.
That's
Golden State.
Yeah, that's Golden State.
Yeah, I was
just thinking about the white jerseys, but it was white and blue.
Yeah.
It was good. Pure dog though. Yeah. Like everybody forget about him before you. I mean,
forgetting.
You think about a lot of people.
Do not forget about.
I'm just saying. He's a very, very, very underrated player. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's. I think he's more underrated than I think people talk about Steven Jackson more than they talk about Dog. Latrell Sprewell. And Dog could really do. He was a hooper. Dog could really play D. He could lock up. He could really lock up the 4 through the 1. You know what I'm saying?
His lack of consistency at least won't put him on the same level as Wacko Jacko to me. Wacko Jacko, whatever team, he came to play every night. You know what I'm saying?
So did Spree though.
Maybe had a couple off nights in Charlotte or something, but Mike was the man that he was still a dog in Charlotte. Like they were just a bum team. Wacko Jacko, I'm telling you, in my opinion, I don't feel like y'all wrong for feeling the way y'all feel.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the norm. I feel like I know I'm going outside the box saying this.
I can't say either way. I would really have to take like a deep dive and like it would have to be like me really like looking at like games, because I know from a numbers perspective it's not going to be fair. So I would really have to like look at games.
I'm definitely looking at
like far as like the impact they had and this and that.
But it's definitely
super underrated.
It's definitely the difference between that.
Steve Jackson played on 2 championship contending teams. That Indiana team that should have won for the Brawl of the Palace, and motherfucking San Antonio when they won. He can go on late runs where his team depends on him.
And I want to say, didn't he go to the playoffs with the Bobcats?
Yeah, it was him. No, it wasn't the Bob. It was the Warriors. It was
Nah, he
more.
wasn't on the Warriors.
Yeah, he was.
on that
Yes, he
Warriors
was.
team.
It was him.
Yeah, he was on that Warriors team.
Richardson. They had Baron Davis, Richardson. They had Richardson. They had a couple.
Matt Barnes.
Yeah, because they had. I believe they had Buddy.
was on that
Not
team.
Doc, but they had Buddy that don't coach no more. It was his last job. No, what's my man? He's a coach, light skinned dude. He does. It was him.
Michael Peters. I think
No.
was on that team.
What I'm trying to think about who was their coach.
Monte Ellis might have been on that team.
Yeah, he was on that team. Huh?
I think Monte Ellis was on that
No, I'm
team.
trying to think of their coach. Their coach was a commentator right now. He commentated with the other brother who used to coach. Mark Jackson. Yeah, he was their coach. He was the coach because after they broke that team up, that's when they drafted Curry. That was but there's a difference between a hooper and a scorer though, because a hooper, when you think about a hooper, they cover a lot more aspects of the game. You know what I'm saying? When you think about hoopers, you think about somebody who can not only score a bucket but come back, play defense, and get other teammates involved. When you think about just a scorer, you think about like Kyle Korvers, where he not getting other people involved in much. He taking the shots. You know what I'm saying? You think about like what's my man with the headband, Hamilton. You know what I'm saying? Rip.
Yeah,
No, I'm just saying when Rip get the ball, he not looking to pass. He coming off a screen. He looking to shoot.
Yeah.
But Rip.
The best example is Jason Kidd.
He's a hooper.
He's a hooper.
But then you
He
think
ain't a score.
but then you think about when you think about volume scorers, when you think about volume scorers, guys who are just putting up the ball and just, you know what I'm saying, you think about like JJ Redick's. You know what I'm saying? JJ, he can play a little defense. He's not known for his defense. He's known for putting that ball up. He's a shooter.
He can't play.
He's a shooter. And when you think about Rip was coming off a screen looking to shoot. He not looking to make an extra pass. He coming to shoot because he's a scorer. That's the difference. A lot of niggas, we got a lot of scorers. Like for instance, Allen Iverson, pure scorer. He's a pure bucket.
No.
Pure bucket.
Pure hooper.
Yeah, he definitely a hooper, but he a scorer too.
That's his main identity. His main thing on anything is to score. He can play a little bit of defense, but scoring. If we was to break it down in 100 percentage thing, it'd be 70-30. He wants the 70% score with 30% defense. That's exactly what it is. Because sometimes we watch LeBron. We've seen LeBron play Olay defense is what we call it, where he just let a motherfucker go by him and then go back down and wait for the fast breaking and then get the bucket right back. It's smart, but it's just a lot of people just defense is a dying thing. We had a lot of guys that played a hell of more defense in the later runs than what they do now. Defense is just a dying art. That's all.
That's definitely that's part of the skill set too.
That's part of being the hooper though. That's why there's a difference. That's why it's a difference. That's why we value guys like Paul George, guys who not only score, but they lead the league in steals at times when they the healthiest. We talk about guys like Kawhi Leonard because he can score, but he can lock up your best player. That's the difference on there. Who can you lock up? That's why Ant-Man is such an interesting guy. Because he can lock you up and then he can come back full court and dunk on your ass and one of your homies if you want to help.
He's a scorer too.
He's a scorer, but he's a hooper because he does whatever to get guys in the game. He does what
it just scores.
Right. Be like, but I always look like this. LaMelo Ball. I watched LaMelo Ball drop, I think it was 72 in the high school game.
Yeah, hooper.
He's a scorer. The reason I say that's because I watched this guy put up 72, but he wants to shoot and facilitate. Defensively, he a liability. He's a long guy, but if I got any size, I'm burling right through him like what you see in the game. Yeah, that's what happened. He's good when he plays the wing, but if I got size, I'm putting him in the binder, working him paint because he has no body to him. He's just a lanky guy. We watched the same thing happen to Durant. He's an excellent defender. We just watched certain niggas get bodied in certain areas.
What that doesn't mean. That doesn't mean he's strictly a scorer. He's always in the top 10, if not top 5 in assists. And he's a phenomenal rebounder. It's not just like he just scores. Like he's actually learning.
I just get the feel like he always looking for the shot.
No, he's the actual opposite. He loves to pass, but
in fast break scenarios, when they're on the run,
there's no one in Charlotte outside of Brandon Miller that's really good in a half court set.
When they had Bridges,
that's the person I was going to talk about. Miles Bridges is a wing guy. He scores a lot on the wing when you're running. That's what I'm saying. When you're in a half court set, outside of Brandon Miller, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have that luxury even of Vucevic. where he can just throw it down to, hey, I need a double tonight. He doesn't have that there. So yes, a lot of his facilitating is going to come when they're running and gunning, but he actually looks to pass. Even in high school, when he was scoring, he's always been a passer.
Yeah, that's why he's a hooper, because he passed like a motherfucker. Yeah, his IQ of the game is off the charts.
But I don't disagree with you. One of his weaknesses is his body and being able to get body. That I won't disagree with that. But I feel like he's definitely more.
I mean, that'll come with time, man. The motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? He a kid. This nigga's still like 6'7" and shit.
Yeah, he gonna regret all the tattoos. He gonna regret that shit.
It's like this guy ain't living life.
So that shit started sagging.
Stretching and shit.
Start stretching and shit. She travels and thinks about all this shit. Yeah, you right, you rich. I get some platinum tattoos or some shit.
Work out.
He say work out. It's been a lot of talk, man. Y'all were talking about Anthony Edwards. He was actually talking about skill set and players in the 80s. So I wanted to expound 10 questions this week. The top 10 most skilled NBA players in the 80s. Y'all let us know out there, y'all top 10 list as well, man. We all think the top 10 most skilled NBA players that played in the NBA in the 80s. For one, how did y'all feel about Anthony Edwards' comments? Fair, foul? How y'all feel about that? And then we'll get in our top 10 most skilled NBA players in the 80s of all time.
Well, I think Dog was a little off with that because I still, like, what you discussed earlier, I think the element of the game and how it's played is way different back then. The green light for what players can get away with on the court is a lot different from what you could get away with back in the day. You used to do too many behind the backs or get what we said, my man said, hot dogging or something. Coach, blow the whistle, timeout, bitch your ass, nigga. It was that simple, win or lose. You weren't allowed to do certain things. How you were coached were different. It wasn't that these guys couldn't do these. Because like my man said, you go to any of them college games and see one of them live runs, guys are out here doing all that shit. But that's a run. You do that in NBA, your ass gonna be at the very end of that fucking bench, if not cut. They don't like that shit. They didn't care for that shit. That's it. But certain guys opened up the door for now that to be available at a high level like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it wasn't for a lack of ability, it was for a lack of structure. I mean, for more structure. There was actually being coached. Motherfuckers was running plays. You couldn't do as much ISO dribbling to, it was different. Guys didn't have to dribble for 15 seconds to get open or get other guys open. They had passing schemes, skip passes.
Oh, wow.
It's just what guys do.
So, not to cut you off, so this is what did you hear what he actually said?
Part of it.
Okay, so during a recent interview with the Wall Street Journal, Edwards blasted Michael Jordan's era, stating that no one had skill besides Jordan. I didn't watch it back in the day, so I can't speak on it. Edwards said,
I didn't watch it, but I know about it.
They say it was tougher back then than it is now, but I don't think so. Because I don't think anybody had skill back then.
It was guys. I can't say that guys didn't have skill because we still had guys. I think what he wants to say is, and I'm not going to reword this guy for him, is I think the athletic ability of what guys are gifted with today is different from what guys were gifted with back in the day. Where they were gifted were hard bodies, not so much ups, but high IQ. The game was ran so much different. Like, IQ is a large part of the game. And to say that these guys' physical abilities didn't meet the stature compared to their IQ, that's kind of rough to say. Because I know guys that are old as shit that can still ball young guys just for the fact that they have high IQ with the game. Backdoors, boxing out, stuff like that. People weren't allowed to do certain things. Like Vince Carter and AI and Mike, and they opened the door for what guys can do and break down and stuff. So coaches are looking for this shit. Before that, coaches weren't looking for that shit. You know what they were looking for? A guy who could screen well. This is what guys were looking for. What does he do? He rebounds and he screens well. They weren't looking for shooters. They were looking for motherfuckers who can screen. Well, he has a birdie body. He's 6'10". When he sets a screen, he sets it really hard. This is what coaches were looking for. If you're looking for fucking screens, you're not looking for shooters and dunkers. That's what they were looking for. It's a big difference. Now guys are looking for 6'7" guys who can run point. You know, I need a 7'18" guy. I need somebody 8 foot who can shoot threes. That's what they're looking for. It's just changed. I mean, he wrong, but he right, but he wrong. You know, but if I don't know how you could be a passion of the game and not watch older games. So that's something that I don't understand, because I'm all like, for instance, if you go to like KD house or something right now, they're watching old basketball games of Mike. If you go to D Wade house or Kobe house when he was alive, RP Kobe, they watching old games. Hell, Kobe was watching college games to break down, see it like, said this is what he was doing. You gotta like that. You just watch volume of the game. Like this is how you. You can play the game, but they always say watching the game. Film session is important. Basketball, football, even baseball. You gotta watch film. You gotta know what people are bringing.
So it's weird that he didn't even watch them niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But yet you leaving a comment. You're not seeing, but you're not seeing these guys jumping from the free throw line. You're not seeing these guys putting up 11 points in 15 seconds. You're not seeing these guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that was McGrady and stuff, but
he didn't
talk
see
about Ray.
He didn't see all these great dudes. He didn't see Irvin. I mean, Iceman Gervin. You didn't see.
You didn't see Isaiah Thomas out here showing more than athletic Bill Hart when he fucked his ankle up. Still came back and dropped like what 12 points on a nigga with a fucked up ankle hobbling off one.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Like that's crazy to me.
You ain't see the captain get called old as dirt because he was playing. He was old as dirt and he was playing like shit. But then come out here and fuck these niggas up in the finals. I mean, if you didn't see, you don't remember all of these times. This shit is so nostalgic to me to just think about Magic running across the lane in the Boston Garden shooting a running motherfucking hook.
Shit was ran different. Shit was just ran different. That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta watch how shit was ran. Of course it's gonna look different to you because now guys run a lot of ISO, but ISO wasn't a prominent thing back then. It wasn't that the guys couldn't ISO. The team, the way it's ran, the structure, how it was coaching wasn't going to allow you. It was a stern coaching. Coaching is very loose right now. Very loose. We've tried everything. We've even tried running small ball where the center is 6'8", PJ Tucker. 6'8" for a center. Small ball. We tried shit.
That was stupid.
He said that was stupid.
Yeah, we got centers. We got centers in playoff and finals games. Joker bringing the ball up over the point guard, bringing the ball up. Wemby bringing the ball up.
Joker's crazy.
Bringing the ball up. You never heard of that shit back in the day.
Man.
Get the ball to the ball handler. What coach used to say? Get the ball to the ball handlers. Bigs get. Come on. You know the shit that you heard your whole life. Shit.
Niggas just lazy, man. Because like honestly, man, you would have got blitzed back in the day. You can't tell me that a motherfucker ain't finna run some type of zone press on a big man who think he can dribble the ball like a point guard, bro. This nigga's finna get ripped up. He at least gonna be getting tried.
We're sweating
It ain't
you.
gonna be just walk it up whenever
We're sweating
you want.
you.
You know what I'm saying?
We're sweating you. At
On
half
the real,
court.
or after made baskets or something, we gonna fuck around and blitz you, bro. Because, come on, man.
That's an
If
insult.
not, you fucking us up
That's
because
an insult.
you just dragging our center all the way
That's
down
an
there.
insult,
You know what I'm saying? Like this
You
is a
insulting
mismatch.
us. You insulting us.
You know
at
what I'm
this
saying?
point.
I don't know. Man, well, let's get right into it, man. Let's talk about some of these great players. And Anthony Edwards seemingly has never seen play. Number 10 for me, these are top 10 most skilled NBA players in the 80s. And number 10 for me, this might surprise some people. Terry Cummings.
Now that's what I mean. He was the
shit.
Terry Cummings at number 10.
Oh, skill.
Yeah, when you look at Terry Cummings back then, when he was with Milwaukee and with you forget with the Clippers, Terry Cummings could absolutely do everything. I think he averaged over a block a game, like three assists, 20 points, over 20 points, 8 rebounds. He could literally do everything from that power forward position. He can even handle the rock a little bit. So I got Terry Cummings. I'm very another underrated player, top 10. 80 skilled players. Terry Cummings. Who you got in though? Number 10.
Jack Sigma.
Love it. I thought about that.
Johnny Sigma. Okay.
And very underrated, man.
Man.
Underrated big man. Could do a lot of everything, man.
Yeah, Sonics and
Bucks.
yeah.
Yep.
Motherfucking, I wasn't sure if this was 80s.
Yeah.
I feel like this player I wanted to say was Marcus Johnson.
Okay.
I thought about him over Terry Cummins.
Yeah. Marcus
Play with
Johnson
the
was
Bucks. I thought
Yeah.
he would have been 11.
Yeah, Marcus Johnson was that.
You know that's him and White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I said, I'm gonna go to my car, get my other gun.
Yeah. Everybody's ass. Bro, I'm like, I never knew
Hey,
that.
if you really look at him, that motherfucker, you like, man, this motherfucker kind of sizable too. You
He's like 6'8", 6'9".
That was a sizable cat, man.
Michael Jordan said when he was in college, he had a picture of him on his wall.
Yeah.
He had a picture of Marcus Johnson on his wall.
Yeah.
That's how nice dog was.
Yeah, Marcus Jones.
2010.
Yeah, he was nice. And he could handle a rock too. He was super underrated.
I just thought him on the fly. Now I gotta kick somebody off the list and shit.
Yeah, I thought about him over Terry Cummins, but I had to go hometown kid Terry Cummins. He could do everything too, and I actually feel like his post-up game was a little bit better. Number 9 for me, another out the box. I'm a nerd with this shit. I went with a sweet Michael Richardson. Michael Ray Richardson.
New York Knicks, right?
Everything. New York Knicks.
Yeah.
Could do everything.
Yeah,
You talk about triple double. He was an absolute problem. And
was
you talk about playing defense. Oh my God, he had led the league up a few times, if I'm not mistaken. After there were 2 steals a game. But yeah, Michael Ray Richardson, number 9 for me. Skilled NBA players in the 80s. Who you got in there?
Sidney Moncrief.
Damn, I thought about that.
Yeah.
I thought about that.
He was just efficient. When you think about efficient players that can do everything, he always pop up for me.
I thought about Sidney, but he didn't have a jumper like that. He wouldn't score like that.
Yeah, but being a 2-time defender and shit, being able to stay in front of motherfuckers and shit I like. To me, he had a funny little jump shot. That's why that shit wasn't consistent, because this shit was kind of funny. But when it came to like attacking the rim and making free throws and shit like that, dog was on point as far as that. His jumper wasn't all the way, but he was underrated. Jumpers weren't big then.
Yeah, 3-time steal champ for Michael Ray Richardson. Dog. Yeah, Sidney Moncrief too. What, Michael Jordan? Him, Michael Jordan. Somebody else, I can't remember. I think Marcus Smart, only guards. But he's the first guard to ever win it.
Yeah.
That's dope. I like that.
Yeah.
Who you got, Bills, number 9?
No, we just did 9 then. Oh yeah, no, we did 10.
You did. Yeah, I don't think you got 2 picks for that.
Shit. Nah, man, I'm gonna have to do in the 80s. Okay, I'll take that out there. In the 80s, I'm gonna go Alice English, man.
Ooh.
Alice English was fucking them up.
Underrated
at that time.
Underrated.
Denver. Yeah, they got.
No one scored more points than him in the 80s.
They got so many buckets out there in Denver. That was that offense they was running.
Him and Dan Issel.
Dan Issel.
It was balling out there.
Yeah. I forget what they called that shit.
Fuck it. I guess we all fucking with Denver today. And number 8 for me, super underrated. Love watching this guy play. I used to trip out about his name as a kid, so I realized it as an adult. Like, oh, he could really hoop. Fat Lever.
Fat Lever was
Yeah. Always threatened to be a triple-double. He was Mr. Triple-Double before Russell Westbrook. He was that dude, man. He could absolutely do everything on the floor. So, yeah, Fat Lever for me, number 8, as far as talking about this flat-out skill. Yeah, hooper. Who you got, Hendo, number 8?
George Gervin.
Okay.
Dog was a dog, man. Just the name Iceman alone, and the fact that this man,
he's a scorer to me though.
Yeah, but it was how he scored, because not a lot of people do the finger roll, man. He had a finger roll where he could finger roll away from the bucket, and that motherfucker would go in.
It ain't my A out of way.
It was how he scored.
Since we're talking about him, I'm gonna go ahead and say my next 2. I'm with you on that, because he a scorer, but if we talking about skill, well, that's a hell of a skill. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to score and to be able to do it that well. Yeah,
he was rolling past everybody with ease.
He's very skilled.
If y'all don't get a chance, man, go back and watch some old George Gervin, the Iceman highlight reels. You will not be wasting your time. This man was finger rolling fucking everybody. There is nothing you could do about this motherfucker. He looked like he was going up for a dunk and then finger roll it on your ass and it'd be a bucket. He was fucking niggas up. This shit was crazy. How he was scoring it was so effortless. When he had it, he was coming through long step. He was doing the Euro damn near before anybody else was. He was coming and just stepping through and just filleting niggas with that shit. That shit was crazy. He was a walking bucket. You couldn't really. And he was what, 6'9" or 6'10" something?
He was at least like 6'7" or something.
6'7", but finger rolling, that's tall back then. And moving like that, like hell yeah, he was a prolific scorer. Dog was scoring his ass off. Finger rolling.
On my list. He definitely on my list.
You know what it's like to get 30 finger rolls?
You stupid as hell.
No, 30 of them hoes. I'll be just finger rolling the shit out you. Finger rolling layups, finger rolling free throws. Like, goddamn, who is this nigga, man? Get this nigga the fuck up out of here, man.
Nigga go in the house, man, as hell.
6-time all-star, 2-time scoring champ. Come on, man.
What you cook for dinner?
Finger
Pizza
roll.
rolls. Bitch, you say one more thing about a roll. I don't want nothing that start with a roll. Thanksgiving, we doing white bread.
Jordan Bulls jersey when we leave here today.
Shit.
He had the 1 year with him.
Yeah, he was on the house then. That's
Yeah,
what I was
he was on
thinking
the house.
early. I was thinking like 80. I'm gonna say we gonna talk about the 80s. I'm picking 80 Gervin. Because, you know, around 80, 45 now with the Bulls and all that.
He was still with the, whatchamacallit, Spurs.
At that time, you used to say,
Spurs,
yeah, what dude doing here?
When did he get to the Bulls? Like
His
80s,
very
60s,
last
and
year.
shit.
It was his very last year hooping.
It was, yeah, that was not.
That nigga left the game after that.
He had one good game, though. He had to shoot a little bit more. I forget what Mike Minutes was down that game and shit. I can't remember the story and shit. We shot a little bit more to get out his game and basically at the end of that shit told Mike, nigga, this your job. Straight up. Like, he was
Shit, you lying or not?
And number 7 for me, I got Julius Erving.
1980. See, he one of them dudes. I gotta be specific in the 80s when I'm taking him.
Yeah, that's
Because they
why
were
he's
bringing
still
rocket
alive.
chairs out for him in 86 when he was going around
Yeah.
playing his games and shit. They bring a rocket chair out for this nigga before the game started. Shit, everybody called him old in 86. So I'm picking 80.
Okay. And who you got? Number 7, skilled NBA player.
Dominique Wilkins. When you was thinking about dunks back then, he was the human highlight reel. It was between him and Mike. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
For the longest, man. This man's skill
Yeah,
set
yeah,
was
yeah.
dunking all over you effortlessly.
He was scorer.
Effortless.
Scorer.
Effortless.
Scorer.
When you seen this guy at the height of 6'8" coming and dunking away on this motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people forget. A lot of them years that Jordan finished first.
But you say that, but he averaged 26 points, 6.8 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and a steal and a half.
No,
That's what he averaged.
No. That's what I said. He's a scorer, but he's a hooper and a scorer.
He's shit. He can play a little bit both ends. That's why I like him.
That's what I'm saying. He's both. He's
His shot was decent. It had a little kick to it.
He's a hooper that can score. Yeah, I love Dominique Wilkins.
He got a nice little size, man. 6'8".
Yeah,
I gotta go Kareem, man.
Number 7.
Yep. If we doing all of the 80s,
Yeah.
I'd take 1980 Kareem.
Okay.
1980 Kareem was still nice.
A little low for me, blood.
I mean, because you look at the whole 80s and it's like, it's a bad couple.
That's
He was
a
kind of
couple
old.
times, man.
Yeah. That's I looked at the totality.
Yeah.
Number 6 for me, I went with Kevin McHale.
He was a bucket.
Yeah, he was
a bucket. A lot of people sleep on his IQ of the game. To me, I always say, like, when you look at his numbers, they'll never reflect how his gameplay was. You have to watch Kevin McHale's IQ, what he's seeing when he makes these certain looks. He was impeccable, bro.
Nah, he my number 6 too.
Yeah.
You know, just did the math. I got a lot of names here.
People forget how good his footwork, great defender, free throw. He can do everything, though.
And he was 6'9", wasn't he?
6'10".
6'10", yeah.
Like
So a guy of his height to play the longevity career and how he played, like, dog was. I've always been kind of a Kevin McHale fan because he was like always a third guy who knew he was a third guy. I mean, he floated between the third, second too. But
He's like the most efficient nigga ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Him and Manu Ginobili the same
He's
nigga.
what Christian Laettner should have been.
Yeah.
He's what Christian Laettner should have been in the league. Who you got in there? We both got Mikhail at 6, so you got 6.
Isaiah Thomas. Even though I'm not a big Isaiah Thomas fan because of the him and Mike situation, you know, I side with Mike on that.
Oh wow!
I do give his credit for what he did, but what he did in the '80s though, because at that time really nobody was fucking with him. Let's be honest, you know what I'm saying? And at times in big games, not only did he show talent, but he showed heart. I still remember the game he fought out with the 1 foot on a swole ankle, fucked the ankle up, and was still playing and dropping buckets, shooting shots. And if anybody who's ever competed in there, you know how hard it is to compete on a fucked up ankle. And that nigga's ankle was fucked up. I'm talking about like size of a softball type shit. And he still went out there and was giving professional niggas buckets on 1 foot. That go up there right under when I watched Rondo take his motherfucking arm cast off in the middle of the playoffs, take a cast, because he dislocated his elbow or his arm. He threw that motherfucker off, wrapped that motherfucker, and got back to hooping. But before that motherfucker was out there dribbling with one hand. And giving niggas buckets with one hand, one layup. That's hard, man. That's hard, bro. You don't get that out of a lot of people, man. A lot of motherfuckers be like, shit, my toe hurt today, I'm not playing. I stubbed my toe getting out the shower, nigga, I'm not playing. My nail hurt like a motherfucker.
That's crazy. Because management. For me, at number 5, I actually had Isaiah Thomas as the 5th most skilled NBA player of the '80s.
Wow, that 5th, huh?
Yeah, I got him at 5th. I'm a big Isaiah Thomas fan.
Okay, big fan.
Actually, I still might have him possibly over Steph.
I got Chuck, man. I got Charles Barkley.
Okay.
At the 5th spot, man. Because motherfuckers would get his floor game. That motherfucker can actually dribble the ball up the floor, put you in the post, and dribble that ball for 5 years, and he gonna get a bucket. You better double him or something. The dude's a beast on the boards. This nigga's finishing all these plays with dunks, and just finishing with like he just swole as hell down the inside. And this motherfucker is like 6'5.5".
Mm-hmm.
In the era where they play like that, man, that should have been impossible. But he just do average like 10 rebounds his whole career type shit. So this Chuck, man. In the 80s, yeah, Chuck was a problem.
I think just under 10. Karl Malone averaged more. Stat of the day.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
Super. Hendo, who you got? Number 5.
Number 5, that's where I got James Worthy.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Okay.
How about that?
I felt like he was still a little low for him. I kind of wanted to put him at my 4, but Dog's a 3-time champ, man. And Dog, like,
He did everything.
He did everything, man. And when you watch what he could do, he could defend well, he played well, rebound, shot, score.
That's somebody whose numbers don't reflect how fucking good he was.
Yeah.
Because he played behind Magic. We played with Magic and all those other great players.
I agree.
No, I'm saying that's a great pick. Number 4 for me, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Oh, shit.
Number 4, skill. We're talking about 80s, so we talking.
Yeah, the 80s was different.
We're talking about attacking the rim, Mike.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he might have had the defense and the hang time, but he didn't have that full offensive repertoire that he had. I would say once 90 came, 91, 92, where that jumper was like, where the midi and everything started to fall, where it's like, okay, we really can't guard him now. Okay, he go left, okay, now he can pull up. Well, back then, if he going left, you know what I'm saying, he pretty much going to the rack every time. And you could kind of contain him. But yeah, once the IQ actually matched up with the athleticism with the skill. But yeah, I think if you're talking about strictly the 80s, that wasn't Michael Jordan, man. That belonged to Magic and Bird. Mm-hmm. So I got Mike at number 4 as far as skill wise. Because like I said, he didn't have the offensive repertoire yet. Okay. Who you got, Hendo? Number 4.
Number 4, I'm going to put Mike there as well. Because Mike was still dominant when he came in there. He was a big smash coming in there. People had to worry about Dog. But he just wasn't championship mode, Mike. He was regular season, Mike.
Who you got, Bill? Number 4.
So this question was skill set. Hold on, what was the question again?
I forgot.
80s skilled players.
Most skilled.
Most
Skill.
skilled.
I'm
Most
winning this skillest.
Most skilled. I'm going Larry Legend, man.
Number 4.
And
Ooh, at 4?
Okay.
F.O. That's why I was looking at y'all.
Okay.
That's why I was looking at y'all. I know you had to look at me at that one.
Okay. And number 3 for me,
I was looking like that.
I went with Hakeem. Hakeem Olajuwon.
80s, yeah.
Yeah, in the 80s, it was really nothing Hakeem couldn't do. He could play defense. I think he's still, if he's not top 10, I know he's definitely top 15 all time in steals as a center. Back then, he was swatting shit. By then, he had just enough good midi game. You couldn't stop him down low. Hakeem Olajuwon was a problem as far as skill wise. I would say the only thing he lacked was passing. And he wasn't a horrible passer. But Shaq, I remember Shaq was terrible. That was his big thing. When he came to he couldn't pass out the double team. But Hakeem, he wasn't a horrible passer. But I would say that's one thing that probably kept him from being that second or one spot. But as far as when you look at everything else on the basketball court, Hakeem Olajuwon at 3 for me.
Yeah.
Who you got? You want to go number 3?
I got Kareem at 3.
Kareem to 3.
Okay.
Yeah, because to me, Kareem was at that time, everybody was looking up to him. He was the big, you know what I'm saying? Fucking around with the Bucks, coming out there, coming from the Bucks, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, he was the one everybody looked up to, you know? Let's keep the buck.
Magic and shit.
Right.
Real shit. 3 for me. Shit, I got Magic. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Skill
3.
set. Damn sure right. Damn sure right. Skill set is crazy.
Y'all let us know how
You know
y'all
what I'm
feel out there.
He
Is Magic
he
3?
wasn't the greatest scorer. You know what I'm saying? Is the thing about Magic.
So
And
this-
he
this-
wasn't the
so-
best defender.
So this
ever.
man didn't go down and
But
adapt
the
to
way he
Kareem's shot
orchestrated
and
everything
learn a
is what
motherfucking
makes
skyhook and can't.
He was not. That was what 80.
So you trying to tell me this man who never played center before went and played center and dominated at center?
They scored 40-something points, had like 17
He didn't
rebounds
really
and
play
like
center.
12 assists.
He did because Dog
He
Cat
did,
was
yeah,
hurt.
he
He
did.
went down low and played center. He's
Well,
supposed
he
to.
just jumped. He did the jump ball.
He did a jump ball. He didn't necessarily play center.
I mean,
Right. They had like
That's kind of a
right.
yeah.
You know
he
what
was
I'm
playing down low. We'll put it like that. He was going getting his
he's
buckets.
a bigger
It's-
dude,
it's-
so,
right.
you know,
That's all I'm
yeah,
saying. Hey,
buckets and
all
shit
I'm
down
saying
there,
is,
maybe defensive
all
people
I'm
down
saying
there,
is,
but-
Right.
there's
He
guys
didn't
who
play
can
center.
facilitate and there's guys that can score. And as far as like what we give LeBron James credit for what he does nowadays, that's the same thing Magic was doing. Bullying through guys that was using that big burly body, coming through and filleting niggas. And he was really doing it at a high level. And then when they started doubling shit, he was hitting them. I'm just saying
Magic
that's what he was
always passing
doing.
that ball though, man. He got a whole bunch of assists in NBA history, a whole bunch.
After they started up, but those were times where his ankle was fucked up. Think about the times where shit situations was fucked up. But there's
We don't
times.
look at
But there's
Magic to
times.
be- we
But
don't
there's
look at Magic
times
to be a scorer like that. He scores, but
when
he's
you
not.
needed him to score in big moments. Who
Yeah, he
did they
can
look
definitely-
for?
yeah, he can
And they
definitely
looked at.
score.
So I'm just saying.
I'm not saying he
I'm not
can't.
saying he's not clutch. He
Right.
just wanted to score.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he
he was
wasn't-
shit. He scored when you needed to. I
like
can't say
Rob-
you're not a scorer.
It's like Robert
If you
Horry.
score when I need you to, but you score when I need you to, you're a scorer. You score when I need you
I
to.
seen
Your credit for them scores. I'm sorry.
I seen Derek Jeter hit a
That's
home
different,
run in the
yeah.
motherfucking World Series and walk this shit off.
He's
Yeah.
a home run hitter.
He's not a
He's
home
not
run
a home
hitter.
run hitter.
This nigga puts it on
Not
the
at
floor.
all.
He is not a
Not
home
at
run
all.
hitter.
He got hit that time.
Derek Fisher's a good example. Derek Fisher, you want him to shoot that ball at the end of the game. He's clutch, but you wouldn't per se say.
But he's
Derek
not
Fisher
putting
is
up
a
8
scorer.
attempts a game though. He not shooting that. You know what I'm saying? 8 attempts. Well, I'm saying he
But
not
that's what
shooting
I'm
more than
saying,
10. He getting under that, and that's
Right. But that's what I'm saying. In a clutch time, you have no problem with him taking that shot.
Hell no.
But he's not necessarily a scorer.
God,
That's all
he
I'm
can take
saying.
that shot late. Yeah, I want him taking that shot late. Derek Fisher knocked that shit down.
Yeah, Derek Fisher. Yeah, salute Derek Fisher, man. And number 2 for me, I want
Fuck that,
Magic
Matt
Johnson.
Barnes.
That makes sense.
I want Magic Johnson,
Yeah.
number 2.
That makes sense.
Who you got, Hendo? Number 2, skilled 80s NBA player.
Larry Bird, man.
That makes sense. I mean,
Larry Bird had a skill set that I still rarely see even in today's game, because not only could he score, but he manipulated the game with how he talked to people. He would get mindsets, and there's a certain type of game. I always tell people, there's playing the game and there's a mental game. And there's only a handful of guys that I see mentally play with a motherfucker. Rodman, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Reggie Miller, Michael Jordan. These are all guys that played mental games. As I have mental games, is they would tell you what the fuck they were going to do before they did it. Like, first I'm going to come here, I'm going to fake right, then I'm going to go left hard, I'm going to skip it off the backboard, and then do the shit to you. These niggas was telling motherfuckers what the fuck they was finna do to them as they were doing. The shit talking level as you do it was at a prime. That's why I gotta put Dog up there, because he was having his way, and he was one of the first white guys to ever say, man, don't never disrespect me by putting a white defender on me. You go get one of them brothers, come put a black guy on me, because if you have this white guy on me, I'm finna cook him. He knew what the fuck he was doing. You had never heard a white dude talk like that. You had never heard a white dude talk like that. Like, you better put one of these brothers on me, because shit, I'm finna cook this motherfucker.
It's only
Rick Barry.
Oh yeah,
I can see Rick Barry.
Yeah, but Larry had a little bit more swag to him. He had a little bit more Indiana to him, I say, man. Rick was a jerk.
Rick Barry is that.
But Larry had the confidence. He had that ego confidence that pissed you off, like this cocky ass
I
son.
said what they call it too. He used to play for the Hawks. Power forward. I can't think of his name. He actually bust Bill Russell ass. Bob Pettit.
But the shit talking and the degree of what he was doing and how he performed the big moments, like, I give it to Larry. His IQ, like, this motherfucker played it over somebody's head, faked it underneath, and then caught it back and then shot it, like, shit like that.
You got Larry at 2, right?
I got Larry at 2, yeah.
At 2 for me. I got Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Motherfucker Zeke, the only dude who beat all the dudes we talking about. All the Michael Jordans, all the Magic Johnsons, the Larry Birds, all in the same year. He beat them all. At 6 feet tall. Yeah. If this motherfucker was anywhere near these niggas' height, these niggas are 6'6", 6'9". You know what I'm saying? If he is anywhere near these niggas' height, it's crazy.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? We always say that about Ivo.
He will be
but
kicking
this
Mike
nigga
off the
actually
USA team.
I'm trying to tell you.
He'll be kicking Mike off the USA
if he had them pats and all that.
But
he can pass like magic. You know what I'm saying? But this motherfucker can shoot better than Mike.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he can shoot better than Magic and Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, if this motherfucker was tougher
than Magic.
You know what I'm saying? Dog, it's not even close. Better defender than Magic. Like, yeah, man.
And he clutch.
Better. Yep, clutch too.
As you alluded to, playing on one ankle in the playoffs in the finals. Yep. Yeah, I have no issue with that. You got number 2?
Yup, skills, yup. Motherfucking Zeke.
Number 1 for me for the 80s. Come on, man. Legend. Larry Legend. I think when you look at his athleticism and what he was able to do on the court, he's absolutely the most skilled player in the 80s, in my opinion. I mean, he could rebound. I mean, like, he couldn't jump over a piece of paper, but he'd get you 10 boards a game. Eyes in the back of his head, phenomenal passer, great shooter, great trash talker. He's not going to miss from the free throw. He can shoot with either hand. Can run the point if he needs to. Ambidextrous, like, Larry Legend, man. From a skill standpoint, I think it was, like I said, when you look at what he accomplished and with the lack of athleticism that he had, he was all skill. So I think Larry Legend, man.
Piggyback off that, I think one of the best videos I ever watched was a pick and roll demonstration with Larry Bird. It was Larry Bird. It was their coach. It was pick and roll session. It was Robert Parrish. It was Kevin McHale and Larry Bird and their coach, and they ran versions of the pick and roll. That's all they were doing, going through motionless pick and roll with no defender. And the shit the passes even then that Larry was doing and McHale was doing, crazy. They might look so simple, but it's just how they react smooth to shit. Is the IQ. They were on a different level. Those guys right there were on a different level. Yeah, that was one of the best videos I ever watched basketball.
Who you got number 1? Who want to go?
I think it's Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is number 1 on any basketball list in the history of basketball list, unless we're talking about Laney High. Listen, man. Michael Jordan, if we put Iceman on the list because scoring is considered a skill set, this is the greatest nigga to ever score the ball, even before he started putting niggas on his back. Yeah, I'm going Mike, because even when he was Air Jordan, even when that nigga was Air Jordan, you gotta think. So he putting 63 on your Celtic team, your Piston team. These are teams that's winning championships. Your Piston team that's going. These are the two teams that's repping the East. These are the only teams that's beating you like that. You know what I'm saying? So
but you losing to him, so it don't matter. So he's a loser.
But he averaging 40.
And doing
he averaging 40.
Already know.
He averaging 40.
That shit don't matter. He's a loser.
Hey, if you can score 40 points a game, if you can figure out how to score 40 points a game,
put on 40 for L. That's all he was doing.
Hey, then guess what happened?
He had nobody with him.
And then guess
they
what
had
happened?
a team. Say what the facts is.
The fact is, Mike got 6.
The Pistons had a team.
The Pistons got 2.
They was ready.
Motherfucking.
They had Joe Dumars, Heat.
Do we want to talk about the end of the day?
They had Bill Laimbeer clothes.
Do we want to talk about the end of the day?
Them niggas, they was a unit. They was working, nigga. They was fucking niggas up as a unit. Mike was in there getting clothesline. It took some ass whoopings for Mike to get better.
So y'all saying the skill set of a person
I'm not saying that.
is a championship.
No, it was skill set there. He was getting his ass
because
he took some
the
L's.
skill set don't exactly determine the best skill set don't exactly determine who won the championship.
The way he got his ass busted by them niggas determined him to be a better nigga. That's why I honor them losses like I do. Because if he wouldn't have took them L's by Isaiah and them, he would never been the player he was.
If I'm Isaiah Thomas, I respect the shot. I need to give me 40 points every time. We beat him, but this is gonna be crazy. Stop.
Still don't give him
to
respect.
the point where we write books and shit about and make no rules about this nigga. Motherfucker,
it don't matter. He wasn't gonna give it to him.
Larry Bird said that was Jesus out there that we played. Nigga, it wasn't even. Your guy said my guy was Jesus.
Yeah, facts. He did.
This conversation is over.
He did.
This conversation.
But when he got
Who
good.
you got, Hendo number 1?
In the 80s?
Yeah, 80s.
Oh, shit.
Skill player.
Magic, nigga. There was never another nigga like that at that height of like 6'8", 6'9", who was passing like that, doing the shit he was doing. This man was crazy. I get Oscar.
Not with that flair.
Not like the flair. He brought the zam. Mind you,
Magic was built for Hollywood.
NBA was dying. The league was at an all-time low for viewership. Magic and my number motherfucking 2 brought that shit the fuck back. They gave this motherfucking league CPR and resuscitated this shit, and now this league is what it is now. I can never say he not number 1 in the 80s because he resuscitated. Mike did his thing, coming around the middle to the late, but when it comes to running, who was they looking up to? Who was they competing with? Larry and Magic. They were the niggas to beat, and that was the point blank. This nigga came in and dominated, won a chip rookie year. Rookie year. Not too many niggas was doing that shit.
He just won the year before in college, too.
Nigga, this is greatness we talking about. Then went on to do what he did and shit. Like, Magic had to be the most skilled, and to watch the dynamic of his game change and how he became a better player, the aspect of how he could facilitate at that size, who he had to guard, who he defended. You know, he was on some guys, even if it wasn't his, but he'd go down there and guard him. He did that. He had to be the most skilled player that I've seen, even coming out of college at that size. He was
Magic is so nice that the one knock I can only think of watching his whole career type shit like that is thinking, well, he played with all these dudes. He played with Jamal Wilkes. He played with all these guys. But then this nigga was in the finals the last year of his professional career before he retired. And he was in the finals against the Bulls, nigga, with Vlade Divac, nigga. Motherfucking Worthy, and he may have been hurt, I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? Sam Perkins, young ass. You know what I'm saying? Like Eldon Campbell, this nigga's in the finals, man. So that means he ran through the West again. This old ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was good for so long. This was 91.
And was still
he was killing
playing
niggas in
the
79.
Took him out.
This nigga was playing for the championship in 78 in college.
And would have
79
still been playing if he wouldn't have contracted HIV. I'm trying to tell you,
for the championship in 91.
I'm just saying, if Dog wouldn't have contracted that HIV or whatever, Dog would have been playing, mind you.
The nigga was playing for the championship 13 years apart.
The last year he played, Robin was
years.
still on the Blues, and Robin played against him. I don't care what he got, I play him. Come on, don't forget that All-Star game.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, Zeke. We got to run through this really, really quick. We're a little bit over. We're gonna do our really, really quick NFL Week 1 preview. Really quick, man. Ravens, Chiefs. Chiefs won that 27-20. Hendo say Ravens already need to run the fucking ball. Packers, Eagles. It looks like Jordan Love and the Packers, y'all could breathe with sigh of relief. Looks like a sprained MCL. They say anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks. So, man, we don't wish anything bad on that brother. Hope he gets well soon. Until then, I hope they lose every game. Anyway, Eagles beat the Pack 34-29. Really quick, I'll say the game. You brothers just let me know who you think to win that game really quick. Panthers going to the Saints.
Saints got that.
I'm going to go Panthers.
Panthers, okay. Vikings. When I say the team, and the team I say afterwards, that's the team that the team they'll be going to. So Vikings at Giants.
Vikings probably going to win that. Giants offense is in shambles to me.
Vikings, man, just better coaching staff.
Vikings, okay. I'm going Giants. I think they're gonna be pumped up for that first game. I love that coach, Dave Hall. Patriots at Bengals.
Oh, Bengals all back, man. They need to prove something.
Got Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals all day. Joe Burrow returns. Steelers at Falcons. Interesting.
At Falcons. If I got to pick, I'm still going Steelers. Week 1.
ATL, huh?
Falcons team super young. I don't know how Kirk Cousins is gonna look. I know how that Steelers defense is gonna look. My nigga Schmutt is a Steelers fan. I'm going with Steelers over Falcons. Texans, Colts. Texans at the Colts.
I got Texans.
Texans all day. Decimating them niggas.
Texans. I don't think it's gonna be easy, but I got
Decimating them niggas.
Cardinals at the Bills.
Oh, Bills, man. Close
Bills.
game, but Bills gonna win it.
Bills.
Kyler Murray ain't played in a year.
I got the Cardinals. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. Has his opening first game. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, I like Kyler Murray. I think they get a
That's
win.
why.
And the Cardinals when they the Cardinals when he's healthy, they have started out well. A lot of people forget, but 2 or 3 years ago, they started out like 2-10-1 or 10-2 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Got their ass busted first game of playoffs. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I like Cardinals over Bills. Titans at the Bears.
Yeah, Chi-Town, baby. Bears all day, baby.
Bears,
Yeah, Caleb all day. Over 200 yards,
250.
2 picks.
250, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
If anything, a fumble.
No fumbles. This man does a really good job of holding that ball. He does not turn that ball over a lot. That's the one thing I know. And the Titans would have to have a better defense for me to even say that. And I don't think that defense is high quality.
He fumbled a lot in college that last year.
Yeah, but this year they've worked on ball security with him. I've just watched how he holds the ball compared to.
I hope so.
When I watch his old games and I watch some of his newer practices and what I watch on Hard Knocks and what I've seen in there, he holds that ball a little differently and he brings it down. I don't see him fumbling that much because I see that line holding a little better. Part of the reason he was fumbling is because that old line was atrocious.
Trust me, I know. I watch that in every one of his games. Trust me, I know. I hope he don't. But he's a rookie. I expect some mistakes. If anything, I can see him fumble. But yeah, he don't seem like he throw a lot of picks. Jaguars at the Dolphins.
Oh, Dolphins cooking them niggas easily. Jaguars are going to look nice offense, but their defense ain't going to be able to stop shit that Tua put up. They ain't going to stop none on offense. Yeah, Tyreek going to get loose on them niggas.
Actually, I like the Jags. I think that Dolphins defense is going to take a hit. They lost a lot.
They got Jalen Ramsey back healthy? Are you crazy?
They lost like 4 starters, though.
Nick, okay, all right.
And Jalen Ramsey ain't the same Jalen Ramsey.
Shit, okay, neither is Trevor fucking Lawrence, but
he likes Trevor Lawrence.
He holds him high, and I'm telling you, dog, he a known fuck up. Dog is a poor man Sam Bradford.
They were 10 and
He is a poor man Sam Bradford.
They were 10-1 before he got hurt. I think he was hurt most of last year.
So was Sam Bradford.
No, Sam Bradford.
Why'd you say it again? Why'd you whisper it when you said it again?
Because that's what it was, man. He knows.
Sam Bradford.
So I'm saying, fucking Bradford.
That shit was really dramatic.
Right. No, but Sam Bradford didn't play. Trevor played. He played through it. Yeah, I got Jags over Dolphins, man. Broncos at Seahawks.
Seahawks second half. Broncos still working through shit. Broncos gonna have a close game, but I don't think Bo Nix is all the way ready. That's what it is, isn't it?
I got Broncos. I have no faith in what's gonna happen in Seattle. I don't know what's
Seattle still got weapons though. They still got it. Not much changed over there. Do mind you, they're still like a 500 team over there. Where the Broncos, they weren't a 500 team. They were one of the top 2 worst teams in the NFL. They have a lot more to prove. Everywhere, coaching wise, quarterback wise, defensively, like, let's be honest, where the Seahawks, they're still a solid team. Nothing has changed. The quarterback's the same, the receivers are the same, the defense is pretty much the same. Only thing that changed was Pete Carroll's not there as much. That's the only thing that changed, really. They're still going to be a solid contender. They're not going to be weak like that.
You got Seahawks?
I got Seahawks.
I'm going Broncos.
I'm going Broncos.
You
I think
a Elway fan. That's
better coaching.
Yeah, I do like it.
I think better coaching. I think Bo Nix is perfect.
Somewhere.
Perfect for that. And I think that's the reason why the Seahawks won't win because they haven't improved.
It's his first game. He's gonna go through the rookie woes just like that. That defense.
Not always. Dak Prescott didn't do it.
I get it. I get what you're saying, but I just don't know because I don't think too much has changed on that Seahawks defense. They're still a contender. They still get turnovers. They still force motherfuckers into bad throws. Like, not much has changed. They didn't lose much or gain much. They're still a 500 team.
Got a rookie head coach.
That's
another thing.
That is true, but he's not too far away from it.
Yeah, you lost Shane Waldron to us, so we don't know how the offense is going to look. I just feel like Sean Payton has his guy. He's proved to be a better coach. So that's how I don't know.
Last year it wasn't. It was bottom. He was coaching then,
but they were better than they were the year prior.
And you had the guy you could get. You had Russ. He still looked terrible.
In that offense, they didn't really have anybody.
They had Jerry Jeudy.
Jerry Jeudy is hype.
Moving on here. Next thing.
Numbers don't lie. Jerry Jeudy is hype.
They weren't throwing the ball well. I can't catch the ball if you're not throwing me the fucking ball. He's still a good receiver.
Plenty of drops. Jerry Jeudy is not.
They were shitty passes. Shit, them passes when they won. They was throwing shit.
Where's he at now?
With the Ravens.
Okay. You with the Ravens?
Yes, I'm 90% sure that he's with the Ravens right now.
I don't remember.
Jared.
Okay. What did he do?
The last game, I don't know. I don't know. They were supposed to run the ball, but he looked like he was throwing to one nigga.
100% sure. I'm pretty sure he's not with the Ravens. He just got the bag, and no one understands why he's still getting paid off hype. And I was a Jerry Jeudy fan. I watched for Alabama.
I mean, he went through some bad times as a shitty quarterback. What do you want to tell you?
So did George Pickens, and he still had over 1,000 yards last year. And he had 850 the year before.
We'll see if he do that this year.
No, he'll probably have 1,200. Raiders, Chargers. Who you got?
Chargers.
I'm going Chargers again.
Yeah, I gotta go Chargers. That first game, Harbaugh, you're gonna be a fucking psycho. You're gonna slap the shit out of somebody if they don't win. Cowboys at Broncos. Ooh.
Cowboys. Who?
At the Broncos. Oh, excuse me, at the Browns. Excuse me.
Cowboys, Browns. I'm going Browns. They have a more solid defense.
That defense.
Oh no, he went Cleveland.
Yeah, I know somebody gave him the bag.
Cleveland.
Yeah, he got the
He
bag.
gonna have a
Yeah, I'm gonna
shoulder
go
over
Cleveland. I'm gonna go Cleveland.
They just got more weapons. The only thing about Cleveland that will hold Cleveland from having a decent season is going to be Deshaun Watson. We don't know what version of Deshaun Watson is going to be available to make them good and better.
Crazy.
That's the only thing.
If he can just be 75% of the Deshaun he was in Houston.
But we don't know because we really. I mean, granted, there was a little bit of injury last year.
Be a top 5 team in the league, bro.
If
not top.
Right, because we already know they have a top 3 defense.
Crazy.
We already know they have a top 3 defense.
Yeah.
But let's look at their weapons. Amari Cooper.
Dog.
Then you got what's the name?
Njoku.
Dog. Then you got Chubb, like he said.
Dog.
They already let People Jones go. I think he went somewhere the fuck else. I want to say the Lions, but he might be somewhere else. They just got weapons across, and then they just got Jared Judy. I'm just saying, like, they have weapons across the board. Like, you can't help but be good. All you gotta do is be solid.
Cowboys or
I'm going the Browns.
Browns.
Yeah.
Going Browns as well. Commanders, Buccaneers. Well, you don't care.
Buccaneers. Buccaneers offense is way better than what the Commanders got, even because they let all their defensive people go. To me, I think the Commanders are still rebuilding, where I think the Buccaneers are contending.
Absolutely.
They're like the Buccaneers are still trying to contend
For a
for
playoff spot.
always right now.
I'm going Commanders on that. Yeah, man.
Over that offense and what Mike
They
Evans
believe
did
in
last
the
year.
Rookie quarterback.
He looks good. He gonna be good.
Yeah.
Jay Dames.
Yeah,
He looked better than what Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield did last year though.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be better than.
I can't see that.
I think
It's
he's
gonna
gonna
be
be better than
it's
Baker
gonna be
Mayfield.
Caleb, I think.
I can't see that.
I think he's gonna be better than Baker Mayfield.
I can't see it. I gotta go.
Better? You talking this year?
Better at this year. I think he's gonna be better every year. Than Baker
especially not this year. Maybe 2 or 3 years down the line, but not this year. No, that game right there, that's not going to be a good showing for them. I still think Tampa Bay is always, they're going for that playoff spot right now, and they know this is a game they need to get. And I think Baker and Mike Evans have a weird little good chemistry, because shit, when they got later in the year, the motherfuckers connected more than what we thought.
Mike Evans got chemistry with everybody. He got chemistry with everybody. Y'all.
I mean, good receivers
He
do.
catch the
Shit.
ball from anybody. He don't care who's doing that shit.
I always thought he made Johnny Manziel.
Whoa.
Was it Manziel he played with? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Manziel he played with in college, because he played with Texas A&M.
What's the next game?
I got the Bucks as well. I just think Commanders are young, but that's gonna be a good game. Rams at the Lions.
I hate to do this, Jay.
Prime time game.
But I think this is gonna be the Lions. As much as I know,
I got the
Stafford can get. As much as I know, Stafford
Rams.
Stafford and Puka can get off. I think they solid. We just gotta see how Jared Verse reacts to this defensive scheme that they put forward. If he can come through and get them. If not, Jared Goff is making them dots. Like, they're ready right now. Gibbs, Montgomery, them niggas is. They trying to make a run right now. They know this is big. You know, Jared Goff always tries to play hard against the Rams, and this is where you try to see like some of the better version of it. Mind you, this is an Aaron Donald-less Rams. This defense is going to look. They are to a certain degree, but there's still a gray area because we don't know what completely is there. We don't know how the rookie is going to show up. We expect him to do good. I think he's going to do great things, but we still got to see him play in prime time like this and how he's going to show up in this.
I'm going to Rams.
And finally, Monday night game, Jets 49ers.
Oh, this
Jets
Niners,
at the
man.
49ers.
This Niners all day. It's going to be a whooping. Whole whooping.
I got the Jets.
Hey, what you say? You want candy or whooping? Whole whooping.
I think Aaron Rodgers outplays Brock Purdy, and I'm going with the Jets.
I think the 49ers defense has been Aaron Rodgers' nemesis for a very long time, not just the Packers. I think what the Niners have on defense is way dominant. I think they get to Aaron Rodgers uncomfortably amount of business.
So they gonna throw off the Aaron Rodgers.
I think they disturb a lot of them plays though. You really think about how, I mean, Aaron can catch you off guard, he can catch you shifting, moving and shit, but like the Niners move a little different. Like they're really smack, you know what I'm saying? They get in your face and they're a very physical team. This is part of the reason why the Niners always have a shit ton of injuries towards the end of the season because of how hard they play.
They did lose Dre Greenlaw. I think that's gonna be.
It's going, but they still got big pieces, and you know Fred Warner. Like you got too many big pieces up there, and then you got to figure out how you're going to contain McCaffrey and shit because that's going to be a handful right there. And I know the Jets have a.
Stay healthy.
That is true, but we talk about first game. We can say the same thing about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because the way the Niners are going to slip that weak ass Jets line, I know it's got a little better, but that shit is still flawed. It's a makeshift line. You know, I know a makeshift line when I watch the Bears do.
Cisco got a fraud offensive line.
They do, but they can
Yeah,
mask
is
it.
Trent even playing?
They can mask it a little better.
They figured something out. He gonna
The thing about them is they mask it better when they plays.
Is Ayuk playing?
He got his money.
Yeah, he got his money.
I can remember.
I'm just saying, like, that defense is already set. That's a championship winning defense. You know what I'm saying? I just think they're going to get to him to where I just don't think that. I don't have faith in the Jets O-line. I really don't. And Aaron Rodgers can't really shuffle and move like he could. I know Achilles feeling good now, but he going to be throwing really quick.
That's fair.
Hell yeah, actually that game going either way.
It could absolutely go either way.
You know what I'm saying?
Bills, please tell these people what time it is.
Trade yourself. Trade
Trade
yourself.
yourself. Trade your motherfucking self. It's how we end every episode, man. Trade yourself. It's basically a nice way. It could be anybody. It could be your kid, your wife, your husband, somebody working your nerves. Don't cuss them out. Just look at them in the face and say, you sir, ma'am, you need to trade your goddamn self. And we normally try to keep with sports figures, Brett Favre, the welfare queen, Mike Malone, Denver head coach. But this week, Bills, who needs
You just got nobody under the bus at a time and shit. What did he do to you?
You know what he did, man.
What that Mark do, though?
Talked about the king like that. I don't appreciate that.
Wow.
He talked real greasy. He got one ring.
He talked about the LeBron.
Yeah, he talked about LeBron.
All right, man. Trade yourself. This week, man, I'm a little bit off base. I went to baseball, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I heard a tripped out little stat, and I was just thinking, damn, this is how dope Barry Bonds really was and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta figure this steroid shit out or whatever about this, getting into Canton. Not Canton, that's football, but getting into the Hall of Fame for baseball. But I heard a little stat. The shit said Barry Bonds, if you take away all his stats from his 7 MVP seasons, if you take away all his stats from the 7 MVP seasons, he'll still have 440 home runs and 359 stolen bases.
Yeah, now let's go.
Which no other player has ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, then what kind of motherfucking shit is this? At some point in time, you just gotta say, fuck it, man. I don't know what we're gonna do about steroids, but this person obviously deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Shit, I don't know how the hell you figure it out. You figure out how much steroids motherfuckers did. Pete Rose, he should definitely be there. I mean, he fucked up. He spent the rest of his fucking life trying to make it up to these motherfuckers. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They gotta figure this shit out. The Pete Rose shit is crazy. This nigga's making up like he done cheated on his wife, nigga, for 50 years. He cheated a long time ago. You gotta get over this, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. At some point in time, you gotta move on.
I totally agree. Hendo, who need to trade themselves this week?
Baltimore, man. Whenever Baltimore get into a crunch, they put 80 to 100% on Lamar Jackson to do every fucking thing possible. And this has to be sickening for Ravens fans. Like, you have a squad out here. If you're going to run these type of plays, you might as well just take all the runners away and just get a team full of receivers. Seriously. You might as well just try to get the top 5 receivers that you can get. We give this man all the weapons, every help they can get on defense, and he still has to do everything. Look at his throwing attempts. This man be having to throw 47, 50, 36 times compared to the run attempts. Under 12. Under 12 run attempts. He's out here having 100 rushing yards. A running back can't get 15 yards. At this point, it's like, why even have a running back? Every time y'all get into where you have to come back or you're behind somebody, you just force Lamar to have to throw. And I'm going to say, Derrick Henry probably didn't have his most productive game. But y'all was running some real shit-ass schemes for him. Like, to be honest, like
you got to keep giving it to him, even if they do get stopped. You keep
he's the
running,
type of guy you run all 3 downs, and if you don't get out, then you just go without. But you know what y'all do? They say, fuck that shit. Hey, Harry, go to the sideline. We bring another blocking fullback in. Otherwise, we running all wide outs, 4 wide outs. Let's see what happens. It's crazy. It's just, I don't know what y'all plan on doing because it seems like whenever y'all get behind or whenever y'all in the playoff shit, you just completely abandon the run game. And the run game is one of the biggest things that helps set up the play actions and everything that winning teams do. When you look at Headz, when they went out there, they had a play action, the push tush. They were doing things. When you look at Kansas City, play action, they running shit, they fooling defenses, they getting people out their position. Everybody know you running. Everybody know you passing. Everybody know Lamar Jackson is dropping back 12 feet to either pass or motherfucking run. So what do they think they doing? They drop back in a cover sit and they just wait for this motherfucker to go. We'll wait. We got everybody covered up. Wait, what you gonna do? Run? Okay, he might get by 2, shoulder a motherfucker, get out there, get a first down. But what you gonna do next? It just, I always feel like they put him in really shitty positions. Because every time I remember Lamar Jackson not succeeding well, he's throwing a lot. Like a lot. Like the game they just played, threw behind the receiver. You know why? Because he already threw for 25, 30 some fucking times already. In the playoffs, when he had to throw and he missed dude and shit. You know why? Because he had to throw for 40 fucking plus times and that shit. That's why. You making this man throw a billion fucking times. Trade yourself, man. Run some better fucking plays. I would expect them to just run a little bit more disguised and mix it up a little bit. Have some design run schemes, some play actions where he hold it. Like, it's just him dropping back in 12, 15 foot coverage, looking downfield. Hey, he there, throwing a dot. Because he got a cannon. Let's be honest, that man can throw a dot. But this, we always have to see him throw a dot. Always. Like, run. Meanwhile, Eagles, they got Headz. He can throw a dot. What happened? Saquon, best career game ever. As an Eagle. Broke records. You know why? Because they got a running back. Y'all got them running back too. Y'all got a top 3 running back over there. What the fuck are y'all doing? Top 3. It literally went Saquon, somebody the fuck else, and Derrick Henry. That's in that order. I think it was Kamara. You know what I'm saying? But like, come on, man. It's just, I know Raven fans gotta be frustrated with that shit. Meanwhile, you just watching Patty Mahomes over here run around, juke, hit his tight end, they score. Give it Pacheco run up, run his motherfucking life away. And they throw it to a motherfucker they ain't never seen and shit. He catch it, school the shit out y'all.
The issue is definitely the issue is
Andy Reid is killing these niggas, dog.
Yeah.
Trade yourselves, y'all. Man, I be rooting. I had money on there. I mean, it was a good game. Don't get it wrong, but like, we always see final moments that they down. It always come down. 8 seconds. Lamar Jackson, 40 yards. Can't settle for a field goal. It has to be a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
That's one of the wrong with the Rams, man. Man, that coaching matter, man. Play calling is a motherfucker, man. And you got certain guys, they're just top tier. You think of Andy Reid, you think of Sean McVay. You know what I'm saying? You think about family with the 49ers for years. You ain't know who the fuck is about to get this ball. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a damn running back, tight end, fucking man, crazy.
I don't know. I think this week who I got trading themselves is actually Jesse Waters. If you don't know who he is, he's a Fox pundit, and he says some really, like, I don't know, bro, like heavy cornball shit. Like, I understand politics, bro, but like he says some disgusting shit about how basically if Kamala Harris was elected president, the generals would take her in a room and penetrate her. Basically have their way with her. And then he says, oh, not, then the women were like, Jesse, not in a sexual way, not like that. He didn't say penetrate, he used another word to insinuate, like basically like they're gonna take her in a room and do what they want with her because she want. It's just like gross shit, bro. Just like straight like.
Where was he? What network was he on?
Fox.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, bro. Like it's just that shit was super gross, super unnecessary. Like it's just like I get it, bro, but like some shit ain't worth the money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have like some type of integrity, dog.
Yeah.
And like and just like, you know, that's super like I ain't gonna call it what it is, but that they be on that weirdo shit like that, dog. And like you ain't gotta be like that, dog. Like it's you can argue motherfucker about politics all day long, but talking weird shit like that, like I don't know, that's just weirdo shit. Rape ain't nothing to play about, so I don't know if the niggas be on that weird shit sometimes, but hey, but we don't be on that here. Old Head Sports Entertainment Podcast. We appreciate y'all rocking with us as always. We apologize. We went a little longer today, but hey, man, good convo. Appreciate y'all insight. Like and subscribe. Check us out on YouTube under Hendo, CEEHENDO. Also, Old Head Sports Entertainment Podcast on YouTube as well as on Facebook, man. Check us out here every Saturday, 6:15 p.m. We're going to be right back in the basement. Next week, we're going to be talking about all the games, and also next week is all football, so it's football season, man. So it should be another great episode. It's actually my birthday weekend, so hey, man, we're going to be turned up. Should be a lot of fucking fun. We got to give a shout out to our brother DJ Manuel. Download the app if you haven't already. Saturday night, man. It's hoodie season. Man. So you might want to have that fire. This might be the last time. Have a little fire.
Shit might be the last time.
For real, might be the last time for the year. Have that little fire out. Put your little hoodie on. You know what I'm saying? We'll listen to some good music. Download that app. Bump that radio. Trying to bring radio back like how it used to be. As well, King KO Car Wash. If you're in the La Crosse, Wisconsin area, check Cuzzo out over on La Crosse Street, man. He's doing this thing over there. Snow, man. It's gonna be snowing before you know it, man. You want to get over there, get the car detailed, get it waxed up for that. My dad would say for that salt truck come out. You know what I'm saying, for that snow hit. And also, before the snow hit, man, you might want to get you some kicks, some Timbs or something like that. Check out our brother Focus over at A Breath of Fresh over at Jackson Plaza. Man, if you got some Timbs that need cleaning from last season,
he gonna kick them back to shape.
He gonna kick them back in shape, stomp them back in shape, as well as any Jordans or anything like that. He gonna look out for you. But man, any retros that you need, you don't have to go online or eBay and wait. You can go right over to Jackson Plaza, A Breath of Fresh. Check out our brother Focus. Man, super good dude, man. He gonna look out for you. As well as Fifth and King, our brother JV, The Closet, man. Check him out. Another spot here in La Crosse, selling exclusive kicks, man. Retros. Check our brother out over there. Any more shout outs we gotta get out? You already anything on?
Captain Kush, Marcus Webb,
yes,
man. My man out there, always doing good time. All my Xbox Live niggas, all my niggas that are playing 2K with me, shit, cause the shit just dropped. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all come see me on the course, probably the rec. None of these niggas wanna see me yet.
No.
Make sure you get on that Madden, come see me, man. I'm Henny for Prez. I'm running with the Bears all day, man. Caleb Williams can't be stopped.
Yeah.
500 record already.
That's what's up.
28-28. I be losing too.
This is ridiculous. all these accusations. I ain't never seen this dude nowhere near no Mac control pad.
Hey, he remember the Bucks.
Hey.
That 2K at one time. The one time and shit.
Oh, wow.
You know what it is.
Memories.
And that's a wrap. That's what it is. You got that right.
Yes,
Hey, Old Head Sports Entertainment Podcast.
Hendo gon' tell you the truth. B.I. Mr. Info, you know what we here for. The Old Head Podcast.
You know how Hendo
we
gon'
come
tell you
from
the
no
truth.
shades to the team at the Barclays. The Old Head Podcast. Yo, from what's going on to job in the morning. The
It's in
Old
the
Head
song, man.
Podcast.
It's in the song. Hendo gonna tell you the